2018 isn't quite here yet, but the new year for the MAC is here today as Bowling Green comes into town to face off against Western Michigan in the MAC opener. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Aaron Coyle, joined by former college point guard Angelique Gaddy, and it's a big one for both teams. The first game in the MAC, and they both want to get off on the right foot.
Absolutely. It should be a highly competitive game here as they equal out pretty well on the statistics page here.
For Bowling Green, it's been a big start for our spotlight player, Carly Santoro. She's averaging a double-double.
That's wreaking havoc for a guard. She's going to be inside the paint a lot, putting buckets up a lot. She's got a great shot. Should be a tough one to guard.
For Western Michigan University, it's a transfer from Valparaiso, Jasmine Walker. She has been here the whole year, but today it's her first taste of the MAC.
Absolutely. She'll finally get a chance to display her talents for the MAC, and we'll see how Bowling Green can handle it.
Bowling Green in town here this afternoon to face off against Western Michigan in snowy Kalamazoo. All the play-by-play action is coming up next. Back at University Arena, the MAC opener here this afternoon as Western Michigan hosts the Bowling Green Falcons. Starting lineups here this afternoon. First for the 8-3 Falcons. Customary starting lineup. They've started the same starters all 12 games. Andrea Cecil, the reigning MAC Player of the Week. Sydney Lambert at guard. Carly Santoro, our spotlight player here today. Jane Euchre up front, and Haley Puck is a threat from that perimeter, as most of these Falcon players are. For Western Michigan today, it is the triumphant return to the starting lineup for the point guard, Deja Wimby, after sitting out the last game. Brianna Mobley, second in the conference in offensive rebounds. The young freshman, Jordan Walker. Marley Hill, the fifth-year senior. And Jasmine Walker, our spotlight player here today for Western Michigan. The coaching staffs for Bowling Green, it is Jennifer Roos in her sixth year. Coach Roos, 89 and 81 all-time as a head coach, but she was an assistant coach at Bowling Green during those glory years for 11 years before taking over as head coach. For Western Michigan, there's Shane Klitfeld. He recently enjoyed his 100th victory with that win they had against Goshen back on December the 19th. Eastern Michigan University graduate, was an assistant there and at Michigan State before taking over as head coach. Aaron Coyle, Angelique Gaddy alongside here this afternoon. So happy to have you with us here for the highly anticipated MAC opener. Series history between these two teams, and Bowling Green leads it all time, but Western Michigan, as of late, they have won 6 in a row, and the closest win was a 16-point victory. Western Michigan has won by an average of nearly 23 points, and Bowling Green has not won here in University Arena since an overtime thriller back in 2009. Angelique, we talked about it on the open. It's return to the court today for Deja Wimby, the point guard for Western Michigan. What does that mean maybe to the cohesion of this team?
Absolutely. They have their original starting five back together, the team that they've been practicing with, as they lead into this MAC play here. So it's perfect timing, and you should see a little bit more cohesiveness and gel with the five that are starting out here for the Broncos. Bowling
Green has already equaled the win total they had a year ago. As we jump center circle, it's into the hands of Western Michigan, and this 2018 MAC schedule is underway. Jordan Walker, the reigning Miss Basketball in the state of Michigan. They go right to Mobley, who spins and scores, and that is their strength underneath. Brianna Mobley, the leading scorer, averaging 16 points per game, and she's 7th in the MAC. Bowling Green, a guard-oriented team. There's Puck. We talked about her propensity to shoot a three. It's off the iron, and Euchre steps out and hits a long jump shot. Jane Euchre, the Akron, Ohio native, went to the same high school as LeBron James at St. Vincent St. Mary. Walker off the mark, and a rebound by Bowling Green as Santoro rips it down. Averages a double-double and is second in the MAC in rebounding. Shot blocked by Mobley and a rebound by Wimby. Game tied up at 2-2. We have played around a minute. There's Mobley again from inside, but the block from behind. Mobley had the ball stripped away, and a nice defensive start inside by the player of the week in this conference, Andrea Cecil. Bowling Green averaging 67 points per game. Off to a good start this year. 3 from the corner, rattles away for Cecil, and a rebound by Hill. Marley Hill, the University of Cincinnati transfer. Jordan Walker short on the wing 3, and it bounces out of bounds into the hands of Bowling Green. Kind of a frantic start. What do you notice?
I was thinking the exact same thing, Aaron. It's going back pretty quickly here. A lot of quick shots in the shot clock and quick rebounds as well, pushing the ball off the court.
Point guard with the ball in her hand, Sydney Lambert, the Cincinnati, Ohio native for Bowling Green. Here's Santoro, we talked about in the open, rattles away, and a nice weak side board by Wimby, who rebounds extremely well for a point guard. Western Michigan trying to push things in transition, but a whistle on that side, and Bowling Green grabs the ball.
One thing to notice here is their guard play, Bowling Green's guard play. So much taller than Western. So height might be a factor here as you see that ball getting tipped up from Jordan Walker's pass.
And this is a team who takes care of the ball extraordinarily well, the Falcons do. They're 7th in the nation in fewest turnovers, and they get an early bucket from the block from Jane Euchre. Euchre has all 4, a player who averages just over 5.5 per game. Her dad, Keith, was an All-American offensive lineman at Auburn and played for the Green Bay Packers. Here's Walker for Western Michigan, rims out, and another rebound by Bowling Green. Lambert looking to push it. Puck for 3 from the corner. Good for the Falcons. And that's where they're dangerous, setting up that 3 in transition. Haley Puck has her 98th career 3, the All-State player, and the senior from Waterloo, Iowa. Bowling Green has gotten off to a torrid start as they lead 7-2. Wimby on the drive, penetrates as she does well. Hill with the offensive rebound, put back a bit askew, and Cecil, the player weak, with another rebound. Puck aggressive on the drive as Bowling Green throws it away, and Western Michigan tries to regroup.
That defensive possession right there is exactly what Western is trying to do. Push them to the baseline, cut them off there, and then execute it perfectly. Do it right out of bounds.
One of the keys today for Shane Klitfeld, the head coach for Western Michigan, was to defend those transition points for Bowling Green. Falcons up 5 here in the first quarter of the MAC opener. Jordy Walker up top for the Broncos. They push it to Hill, spin move, the patented hook shot, and got a piece of it inside for Bowling Green, a rebound by the Falcons. Sydney Lambert, very talented Cincinnati, Ohio native. Rebound by Western Michigan, looking to push it themselves in transition. This has been a point of emphasis the entire year for Shane Klitfeld, trying to get just a little bit more out of that transition. Wimby on the drive, contact, no whistle, and a rebound by Puck. Santoro pushes the baseline. Santoro for 3 on the high arc, or just short as it grazes the front, and a rebound scooped up by Western Michigan. That's Wimby again in transition. Walker for 3, off the side of the backboard and out of bounds.
Some rush possessions here for the Broncos, but that's falling right into the Falcons' hands. They want that. They want to get the ball out of their hands as quickly as possible to set up their own offensive possessions.
Broncos get an early substitution, and normally when they do this, they're looking for a bit of punch defensively. It's their defensive specialist, Latondra Brooks. Everyone calls her Lala at Western Michigan, the senior from Oakland, Illinois.
Yeah, I love her play. Total heart. She gets down. She has a lot of grit. Even for her size, she plays very hard.
Bowling Green, a quick drop step inside. Cecil missed it, and a rebound by Mobley. Brianna Mobley, 4th in the league in rebounding, but 2nd in this conference in offensive rebounding. Player who has 24 career double-doubles. Broncos down 5 as we near the halfway mark of the first half. And another swatter in the first quarter. And another swat away and a steal inside by Bowling Green. Santoro averaging a double-double. 15 points, 10.5 rebounds. Layup long by Santoro, and there's Brooks immediately with the rebound for Western Michigan. Trying to get it inside to Mobley, spin move, contact, a bucket, and Western Michigan has a chance for a three-point play. Three-point play the old-fashioned way, the try from Mobley. Western Michigan trails by 3 in the early going. Aaron Coyle, Angelique Gaddy back with you live from University Arena. Kind of a rugged start to the MAC season as the Falcons lead 7-4. There's Haley Puck. We talked about it before. The captain and senior from Iowa just hit her 98th career three as she is zeroing in on 100. There are 2 other players on this team with over 100. So look at Puck in transition.
Yeah, perfect in and out game there, penetrating in the transition, kicking it out. Puck with an awesome shot there.
Puck with 98. Myers has 114 career threes, and Sydney Lambert's 10th all-time in Bowling Green history with 150. Free throws short, and that's a rare miss for Mobley, who's 8th in the conference, shooting 81% from that stripe. Inside to Euchre, she's had a big start with 4 points, but Mobley rips it away. Western Michigan a chance for transition. Ball swatted, and another steal by Euchre.
They're so long. The Broncos have to start thinking about some pass fakes and getting themselves set before they kick it outside.
Lambert fills it up from the middle, a player who's 26th in the league and scoring at 11 per game. Lambert, a junior from Cincinnati, Ohio. Bowling Green up 9-4 here in the early going. Rare long shot from Hill circles out. Mobley with that offensive rebound and a jump ball situation. Possession arrow points toward the orange. New players in for Bowling Green. Take a look at this last play. Mobley second in the conference in offensive rebounds.
You see it right there. That's just grit. She gets up in there. She got 2 defenders on her. She's able to come down with it for a jump ball.
Sierra Thompson checking in for the first time today for Bowling Green, and Carly Santoro is back in the game. Thompson, a freshman from Mattoon, Illinois, where she played for the Green Wave. Thompson with the ball in her hands right off the bat. The spin move, nice move, and an offensive rebound by Bowling Green. Santoro, the player we spotlighted on the open, averaging a double-double and is 7th in the nation in double-doubles this year. Step back, Lambert not shy about shooting it, and Walker with the rebound. Western trying to push it again, but a turnover on that side, and that's the 5th turnover already today for Western Michigan.
Coach Klitfo wants them to push the ball, but these are not the looks I'm thinking he's wanting right now.
Falcons lead 9-4. Bowling Green trying to attack inside. Western Michigan doing a nice job deferring that. Shot clock at 8. Lambert. That's Katerion Thompson in the game as well for Bowling Green. And another jump ball situation with Brooks. And this time it points toward Western Michigan. Broncos have won 6 in a row in this series, but Bowling Green leads the all-time series 35-29. Jasmine Walker, the transfer from Valparaiso, was on the all-freshman team in the Horizon League back then. Rare 3 for Wimby from the corner. Rebound by Santoro.
It looks as though they're having a tough time getting the looks that they want. They want to get it inside, but there's great defense in that lane there.
Offensive foul and the push-off by Santoro, sending Brooks careening down toward the floor. Lala appears to be okay as Walker helps her up. Gets a pat on the back from Leah Wool, who was checked in for the first time. Another look at this hustle play by Brooks. Got it right in the face. Call against Santoro. Second foul against Bowling Green. It's the first against Santoro. Brooks still trying to shake things off a bit. Falcons 9 and Western Michigan 4 here in the early going. There's Leah Wool. We just talked about the Evanston, Illinois native in for the first time today. Step back by Walker, short again, and out of bounds. Broncos struggling down near 15% in the early going. Substitution for them, there's Najee Smith, a sharpshooter from the perimeter, trying to give them a bit from the outside. The Naperville, Illinois native hit the game-winning shot in the MAC tournament last year to knock off top-seeded Central Michigan. Nice baseline take that time and a score by Katerion Thompson. Thompson has two, a sophomore from Lima, Ohio, played for Lima Senior. Her cousin is NBA Hall of Famer Ozzie Newsome, played for the Browns. Another turnover by Western Michigan. They try to push it in transition, and an opportunity for Euchre on the left with all the help coming on the penetration by Lambert.
Awesome pass by Lambert. Brought it all the way down to the bucket. Saw Euchre wide open, able to deliver it on target. 2 shots.
Jane Euchre, 4 out of 7 from the stripe this year. Akron, Ohio native. First shot falls, and Bowling Green has an 8-point advantage. Euchre's dad, as I mentioned, played offensive lineman for the Packers, and now he's an offensive lineman coach at Adrian College in Michigan. Euchre gets the ball back. Nifty move inside, and it's a 10-point lead for Bowling Green. Jane Euchre has 7, averages 5.5. Windy on the penetration, lost it again, and Western Michigan turns it over. A 14-4 lead for Bowling Green. There's Meredith Miller, who leads the conference in three-point percentage for Western Michigan, checking in, shooting 56% from the arc. Bowling Green trying to improve upon this 10-point cushion early. Offense being directed by the veteran, Lambert. Whistling a 3-second violation on Euchre inside.
Let's see if this new group here for Western can get the offense going. They're still stuck at 4 points here. Desperately in need of a bucket.
Rare turnover for the Falcons, who are 7th in the nation in fewest turnovers per game. They lead the Broncos by 10. Nina Farkic, the backup point guard in the game for Western Michigan. Big drive by Brooks to the score. Latondra Brooks does not shoot often, but when she does, she's shooting 70% this year. Step back, Lambert, good, nothing but the strings, and Sydney Lambert has her 151st career 3, which is 10th all-time in Falcon history. Biggest lead today for Bowling Green. It's up to 11. Miller. Brooks being aggressive. Off the iron that time. And Latondra pulls it back, and that's all hustle. 10 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Shot clock dark. Brooks extends the offense a bit, gets a screen from Wool, takes it the other way, draws contact and a foul, and the defensive specialist turning offensive here in the first quarter.
Brooks so quick off the dribble. Her acceleration is what really gets her defense off their footing, and that's where that foul came right there from 23.
Fouls against Katerion Thompson. Her first. Latondra Brooks, a perfect 6 out of 6 from the stripe this year. First shot falls, and Brooks has 3. Latondra, 77% from the stripe a year ago. Certainly has a very good history at the line. Falcons by 10. first quarter of the MAC season. Second shot perfect. 4 points early for Brooks. Pressure for Western Michigan. Lambert just shy of midcourt is short, and that does things here in the first quarter, and a very good start to the brand new MAC season by Bowling Green as they lead 17-8 against the Broncos. Good start for the Falcons at 17-8 Bowling Green after the first quarter, and turnovers have been an issue today for Western Michigan. They're already over halfway to their season average. They have committed 8.
Yeah, you see a lot of them coming on passes into the paint, transition passes that are too long, and also just losing the ball in their hands, as you see right there with Wemby.
Broncos have not played a game since December the 19th. Might that be a factor?
You know, that very well could be. Just getting the feel of the game, playing a little bit too fast for what your sets are, playing a little bit too fast for your transition. You just got to relax a little bit, let the game come to you, and just take your time.
Great start for Bowling Green. They're looking for their first win against Western Michigan in their last 7 matchups. It's a veteran team, although they have just 2 seniors and 3 juniors, but they've had tons of playing time. Very cohesive, starting the same 11 every game this year, or the same 5 all 11 previous games. But Euchre turns things over, and the Broncos get a chance. Nina Farkic from Kitchener, Ontario, running point guard to start things off here in the second quarter. That's west of Toronto. 3 for Smith. Quick release and sweet shot. Najee Smith with her 49th career 3. Western Michigan pulls to within 6. Kick ball underneath. Shot clock remains at 20. Broncos on a mini 5-0 run. Carly Santoro, our spotlight player, looking to get the ball in the wing, but they couldn't get it in. Lambert did not see any opportunity for it. And a team who's 7th in the nation in fewest turnovers turns it over twice here early in the second quarter. Farkett, she had that first collegiate start in the absence of Deja Wimby that last game against Goshen on December the 19th. Brooks remains in the game after a great spark in that first quarter. 3 again by Smith, and it's 2 in a row for Najee, and career number 50 3-pointer.
Smith's release is so automatic and so quick. You got to get a hand up quickly, or you just have to tag her.
She has 6, averages over 3 per game this year. Was injured a bit at the start of the year. Lambert for 3. Just rattles out, but there's Santoro with the offensive rebound. Euchre's been big early. She has 9.
And even though Santoro's not getting many points up, she's fulfilling the other huge stat that she has, rebounds. See it right there.
19-14 Bowling Green in the MAC opener. Farkic for 3. That rims away, and a rebound by Cecil. Cecil, the MAC Player of the Week, coming off her first career double-double against Ferris State, a team from Michigan up in Big Rapids. Haley Puck back in the game. Shot clock down to 10. Santoro quick on the drive and aggressive. Carly's first bucket of the day, the leading scorer for this team, who's 10th in the MAC with 15 points per game. Farkic, another 3 off the back, and a rebound by Euchre. Farkic 2 for 11 this year from three-point land. Quick penetration, early aggression again by Bowling Green. Falcons really pushing that tempo here early and using their aggression to a 7-point advantage. Step out 3, there's Miller, who leads the conference in three-point percentage, but Cecil skies for a 2-handed board. Euchre, spin move. Santoro, another rebound, and a quick reach-in foul called against Wohl. Leah Wohl's first foul. It's the team's first. There's Shane Klitfeld, who just captured that 100th career victory here earlier this month. Falcons up 7. They've led by as many as 11, and another swipe and a steal by Brooks. Latondra right down the heart of that defense. Miller, the Ohio native. Her dad played baseball at Ohio University. Smith's first miss of the day and a rebound by Lambert. Always trying to push things in transition. Brooks reaches in, but they apparently have called a foul against her. Take a look at the three-point shooting today for Western Michigan, and a good spark by Najee Smith. Smith's had 2 early threes today, and you talked about that quick release.
Absolutely. They get great penetration inside, and as soon as she sets, she's ready for the ball, and it flies.
Bowling Green, a 3 from the corner. That's puck. There's Miller with the rebound for Western Michigan. Trying to take a bite out of the 7-point deficit. Farkic, quick and aggressive, especially in transition for this Bronco team. Wohl with the screen, and that's one of the keys today for Bowling Green. They talked about defending that screen game for Western Michigan. Foul called against the Falcons. There's their head coach, Jennifer Roos. Head coach for 6 years at Bowling Green, and previously an assistant coach for 11 years at Bowling Green. Brooks being aggressive again, but the swat inside and the block shot. They go right inside and a foul, and that's a nice contribution by Claire Gloniak, making her first appearance today. The block on the other side, the free throw opportunity on this side. A redshirt freshman, 6'2" player, and the only player on this roster from the state of Michigan. Comes from Corunna.
Gotta love when a player comes in and is able to establish their dominance early.
Gloniak had an injury a year ago. They had to medically redshirt her, but she maintains that freshman eligibility status this year. There's Cameron Reed for Western Michigan, another three-point shooter checking in. Gloniak, a 2-time All-Stater in high school and a pre-med major. She splits the pair. First free throws of the year for Gloniak. 22-14, Bowling Green back up 8. A lot of play early by Farkic. Emma Van Zanten, the 6'4" player, is checked in, and there's Kia Brooks with the ball in her hands, the freshman from Chicago. Deep Western Michigan team, and they can certainly play an array of different lineups. Miller a 3, that's short, and a foul over the back by Farkic on the rebound.
Yeah, you want to get Miller hot, because as soon as she does, she's a very accurate shooter. So that could really help out here as the Broncos are still down by 8.
Deja Wimby checking back in, the point guard for this team. 15th place all-time in career assists in Western Michigan history. Coming off a bit of an injury, though. Did not play last game. Gloniak up top, getting some good minutes for Bowling Green. Santoro, our spotlight player, cut off on the baseline by Reed. Shot clock at 10. Puck can shoot it. Penetrates instead, and nobody there on the kickoff, and they turn it over.
Yeah, she met Van Zanten in the paint there. Threw the ball away.
Timeout on the floor here in quarter number 2. Bowling Green 22, Western Michigan 14. Aaron Coyle, Angelique Gaddy back with you live from Kalamazoo, Michigan, as Bowling Green has a lead here in the MAC opener at 22-14. This is a storied Bowling Green program. In fact, they have the best record ever in MAC history, a .673 winning percentage. They have a winning record against every other team in the MAC, and they dominated there with straight titles in the MAC from 2005 to 2012. Also had a title in 2014. Last year coming off just 8 victories, and they have equaled that win total already this year with a chance to surpass it here today. Reed thought about the 3, step back, long 2 for Cameron off the glass. Cameron Reed, the Holt, Michigan native, averaging about 3.5 points per game. Bowling Green by 6. Santoro underneath, and Gloniak's had a big start. She has 3. Averages just over 0.5 point a game. Tia Brooks, freshman for this team, all-state player from Chicago. Graduated from North Lawndale High School. Reed for 3, rims around, falls off, rebound by Cecil. Cecil, the 12th leading rebounder in the MAC. Cecil can shoot that 3, but she penetrates and is fouled by Van Zanten. Big key today for Bowling Green was to get to the free throw line. Their head coach, Jennifer Roos, told me that they wanted to get there 25 times or more here today.
Yeah, that really comes from intentionally trying to get into the lane, forcing the officials to make the call. So now they're more aware of it as the game goes on. They're doing that exactly. Great game plan for Coach Roos. First point today for Cecil, the MAC Player of the Week. 10th in the league in shooting from the line, shooting 80%. Rims out, but there's Santoro with the board. Bowling Green resets, leading it by 9. Have led by as many as 11. Katerion Thompson back in the game to Gloniak up top. Cecil posting up, and Bowling Green has that 11-point lead back. First field goal of the day for Cecil, who averages 12.5. The career scoring leader from Oak Harbor, Ohio in her high school's history. Reed is down for Western Michigan as the Broncos grab the ball back, and they stop play as Cameron Reed in a seated position. Took a poke to the eye, perhaps the mouth.
Yeah, anything to the eye can be very painful.
Shane Cliffell looking on with concern. Take a look at this again for Reed. Yeah, just swiped in the eye with that left hand of Santoro. Reed, a sophomore for this team, scored over 1,000 points in high school. They're working against that screen that their head coach had talked about. Cameron apparently concerned about the right eye.
Looks like she might have a contact that might have popped out too.
She is a contact wearer. Reed makes that way toward the sideline, and Jasmine Walker makes her return. Bowling Green 27, Western Michigan 16. What are some things that you've noticed today for Bowling Green to be successful?
They are crashing the boards, and they're doing it on the offensive end, they're doing it on the defensive end, but they're establishing dominance inside the paint. So that's how they're able to control when that ball comes off the rim, they're boxing out, or on the offensive end, they're making an extra effort to get into the paint. And you saw a couple there from Cecil off of the free throw attempts.
Western Michigan on paper had the rebound advantage heading into the game today. Here's where Western Michigan has been so far this year, talking about getting ready for this MAC. They have played 4 teams in the top 25 in the RPI. Played Rutgers down in Florida. They made the long trip out to New Mexico, played a very competitive game. Made a trip to Iowa City and also played St. John's. 4 teams ranked in the RPI top 25. Certainly you would think it would have them schedule ready. Bowling Green, the early story today. They lead Western Michigan by 11. Broncos looking for a spark. Van Zanten can shoot it from outside, and there's proof. Emma's first two of the day, and she had a career high earlier this year. Had 10 points against Kentucky State. Broncos back down into single digits, and Angela Perry is checked in the game for Bowling Green, and that's her first appearance of the year. Big runner off the glass by Santoro. Carly has 4. But Angela Perry for Bowling Green, a highly rated recruit coming out, has not played a minute this year due to injury, and she is making her collegiate debut today against Western Michigan. There she is there, a 6'2" freshman from Rochester, Illinois. Was the highest ranked post player that Bowling Green has had. Ranked 14th in the nation as far as centers go out of high school. Drive by Mobley, contact and a foul, and Brianna heads to the line shooting a pair.
Yeah, they need to get her integrated back into the game as she's out for a little bit, but that's their go-to player, and when she gets going, the team gets going.
29-18 is the Bowling Green lead. The lefty Mobley, 81% from the stripe, and she's 0 for 2 today. Brianna, 16 points per game, 7th in the league in scoring. Averages 8.5 rebounds per contest with over 900 career points. Splits the pair. Mobley has 5, and Broncos trail by 10. Some pressure by Wimby in the backcourt. Lambert dribbles past. Falcons 8-3 in the non-conference schedule. Thompson. There's Perry making her collegiate debut. Perry on the post. And a travel inside. It'll take some time to shake that rust away, but they're certainly extraordinarily happy to have her back. Injured in the preseason. Was expected to be really a big cog in this Bowling Green machine down low early, if not for that injury, but now she's back for MAC play. Mobley up top. Jazz Walker posting in, stripped away, and an aggressive defense today for Bowling Green. Sierra Thompson checking in. No relation to Katerion Thompson. Sierra, the Mattoon, Illinois native. All-time leading rebounder in her high school's history, and she commits the foul against Mobley. Third foul against Bowling Green, and Thompson's first. Broncos just never really able so far to get into a rhythm. It's been all Bowling Green with their aggressive defense. Broncos still certainly within shouting distance, down 10, and a big 2 at the top by Jasmine Walker, her first 2 in MAC play. Averaged 12 points and 8 rebounds at Valparaiso her sophomore year before transferring over. Lambert off the drive. There's Perry, and showing that athleticism with her first collegiate bucket.
She's got a great touch for a big player off that glass there. She'll be something special to watch over the next few years.
Has to be such a good feeling for Perry and for that entire bench. They have been waiting for her to come back. Bowling Green back up 10. Walker, her second jump shot in a row. That's short, and a rebound by Thompson. Zeroing in near a minute to play in the first half as the Falcons have a 10-point advantage. They have lost 6 in a row against Western Michigan. Santoro, a quick move from the wing and a reach-in foul. Big guards, but they're quick off the dribble as well.
Very quick. Even for Jasmine Walker, who's named as one of the most athletic players on the Broncos, just very quick off the dribble there and kind of caught her backpedaling off her feet.
Walker's first foul. Chip to the free throw line for Carly Santoro, who comes in shooting 67%. academic all-MAC, over a 3.8 GPA. Communication disorders is her major.
Gotta love hearing that. Getting it done on the court, especially in the classroom.
And Santoro is 10th all-time in Ohio history in scoring. Scored 2,387 high school points. Second shot up and through, and Carly has 6. Bowling Green has a 12-point lead. Kia Brooks back in for Western Michigan right there on the wing. Marley Hill for 3. Not really the Broncos' game, and a rebound ripped away by Santoro, again the captain. (33-21) Falcons. Puck on the baseline take. Short, rebound Wimby. Deja third on this team in rebounding, and extraordinarily good for a guard. Shot clock dark, and Western Michigan has a chance to go for the final shot if they want. Walker up top. They're trying to get it again to Mobley. Leans just a bit short for the block. Marley Hill, the offensive rebound. Put back score on the baby hook. And Western Michigan has a bit of momentum as they head into halftime, trailing it by 10 on the first bucket of the day by Marley Hill. Bowling Green 33, Western Michigan 33-23. Bowling Green has the lead here at halftime in the 2018 MAC opener. We had a chance to talk with Western Michigan junior Jasmine Walker about her first ever MAC action here today.
Coming to MAC play kind of feels like being a freshman again somewhere else. Just, you know, having not a lot of experience with playing in the MAC, but rather watching and studying and doing things like that. I mean, my redshirt year was really helpful, and my teammates have been helpful in making sure that we're prepared and stuff like that. So, it's the best. It's the best. That's my best friend through and through. Like, she's my sister when we're off the court, and that's my best friend when we're on the court. So to have them both, it's like, I love it.
That's Jasmine Walker, the Muskegon, Michigan native, making her MAC debut today after transferring over from Valparaiso. 10-point lead for Bowling Green at halftime, but it's a very somber day for the Western Michigan community. Unfortunately, some tragic news to impart. Cheerleader Damon Carpenter passed away last week in Detroit, Michigan. He was a freshman and a new member of the cheer team here for the Broncos and would have celebrated his 19th birthday on January the 1st. Our thoughts and prayers are with his family and friends. It's halftime here in Kalamazoo, Michigan. Bowling Green, a very good start to the MAC campaign as they lead 33-23 here today against Western Michigan. Aaron Coyle alongside Angelique Gaddy, and that first half, the more and more we talked about it, it was the aggression of Bowling Green.
Yes, exactly. They came out from the tip, and they just dictated the whole game. You know, they came out with fire, they ran the court, their transition was a little bit better. But also on the defensive end, they're locking up. They've only allowed 23 points, and then they're finishing it with rebounds.
Western Michigan head coach Shane Klitfeld knew that he would take his competition level to a new level when he entered the MAC, and we talked to him about that before the game today.
Blessing, especially with the weather today. You know, you wouldn't want to be traveling last night or today, and you know, encourage our fans. Hopefully, everybody takes it easy. We want them to come, but we want them to be safe getting here. So that's my first thought. Second thing is, of course, playing at home is much different and much more comfortable. And I wish we could play all 18 of our conference games here, but they make us go on the road half the time, and we have to do that as well and be prepared there. But we talked to our team today at the end, like this is the most prepared for a team that will be all year, because we had, in essence, 6, almost 7 practices to get ready for this team, as opposed to 2 that we will have as the season starts getting into the routine. Oh gosh, forever. You know, there's 2 byes today, so 10 teams are going to play and 5 teams are going to have a loss by 4 o'clock this afternoon, and you don't want to be one of those 5, especially if you're a home team. So it's imperative. Of course, it's an 18-game season, so losing one isn't going to be the end of the world, but you certainly have to protect home court in this conference, and you have to figure out how to steal some on the road, of course, to have a chance to win it. But winning at home is imperative.
Winning at home is imperative. You heard him talk about it, Angelique. What does Western Michigan have to do here in the second half to get back in this game and get this victory at home?
Yeah, I would say continue their defensive pressure, but on the offensive end, they have to find a new game plan. And they're locking up their pick and rolls, and they're just staring inside the lane to get the ball in there. So maybe just work the ball around and then get some penetration inside as well.
Falcons by 10. It's halftime here in Kalamazoo, Michigan, the MAC opener. Halftime in Kalamazoo, an impressive start for Bowling Green in the opener as they lead the Broncos 33-23. Have a chance to take a look at the first half highlights. First for Bowling Green. Got it started from that three-point line. Puck, we mentioned, had her 98th career 3, and then it's been a lot of aggression from this Bowling Green team.
Yeah, they're getting great looks inside and outside. As you see, their guard play is able to get some shots off, and as well as Euchre getting a lot done inside.
Euchre has 9 points, and she's 3 away from an all-time career high. There she hit a jump shot. The Akron, Ohio native. Now for Western Michigan. Got a shot in the arm from Najee Smith hitting some threes, but Bowling Green made it hard to get it inside for this Western Michigan team.
Yeah, they know exactly what their game plan is. They did some great studying up on it, and you can see it right there. They're trying to get the ball inside and can't, but as you see here, as you mentioned, Najee Smith gave him a great spark.
Smith had 2 threes in that first half. There's the second of 2. But Western Michigan just 2 out of 12 from three-point land, and Najee had both of them. Bowling Green leads here at halftime, 33-23. Halftime at Western Michigan, Bowling Green a 33-23 advantage against the Broncos. Bowling Green, they have already equaled their win total from a year ago. Take a look at the stats here in half number 1. Western Michigan 9 for 32 shooting. Bowling Green 13 out of 29, but it's really been that rebound margin, +7 in favor of Bowling Green.
Absolutely.
Broncos had those 2 threes out of Najee Smith, but she's been the only player to connect from beyond the arc. Bowling Green 2 out of 8. And turnovers not pictured on that graphic, but they're basically even with the Falcons committing 10 and Western Michigan 9. There they are at the bottom of the screen. Bowling Green led by as many as 12. Western Michigan, they're going to try to get the ball inside a bit more here in the second half, you would expect.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm thinking that there needs to be more guard penetration just to free up their big girls, inside. Everyone's kind of looking right at them, so just to free up a little bit with the penetration and then circle back around, look for them in the inside, and hopefully they can get some more touches in the paint.
This is a big second half and a big game 1 for Western Michigan, because you take a look at this schedule and they have to play at Buffalo on Wednesday. And Buffalo, a team who is 9-2 and ranked 30th in the RPI. Then taking a trip to Kent State. So head coach Shane Cliffeld talking about it was imperative to get a win here today with that daunting schedule in front of you. He certainly would love to come back here in the second half. Bowling Green, a team who dominated with 8 consecutive titles from 2005 to 2012. They've had 3 losing seasons after the last title coming back in 2014. but they have gotten things going well here today. Jennifer Roos, their head coach, with 89 career wins and 81 losses. Broncos take the court. Bowling Green as well here in half number 2. Wimby Mobley, Jasmine Walker, her sister Jordan Walker, and Marley Hill for Western Michigan. And the familiar faces for Bowling Green: Cecil, the player of the week, Lambert, Santoro, Euchre, and Puck. Bowling Green by 10. Bowling Green with the zone to start things off here in the second half. Jordan Walker for 3, short. Rebound by Mobley. That's what she does best. Second in the league in offensive rebounds. Penetration not quite there for Wimby, but the putback.
2 much-needed offensive rebounds for the Broncos, able to get 2 points out of that.
First bucket of the day for Deja Wimby, who has over 500 career points for the junior. Broncos trail by 8. Start of the third. Santoro can penetrate, did well. The nice dish to Cecil, but the block behind from Marley Hill. Marley Hill, the transfer from Cincinnati, and a 6'2" player who won a state title in high school, and they throw it quickly inside to Mobley, and she's bumped from behind and fouled by Euchre. Jane Euchre, the sophomore from Akron, Ohio. Her mom played basketball at the University of Miami. Her brother played football at Akron to start, and then he transferred to Adrian College, where their dad is an assistant coach. Jordy Walker from the block, and all of a sudden a 4-0 run to commence things here in the second half. Walker, the reigning Miss Basketball in the state of Michigan, averaged over 22 points a game a year ago at the prep level. That's her first bucket of the MAC season, and Bowling Green turns it over again.
Strong start for the Broncos here, as able to dictate this third quarter. 2 buckets and then 2 takeaways.
33-27. Bowling Green in front. Deja Wimby on the All-MAC defensive team a year ago. One of 5 players on that team. Jasmine Walker up top. Rebound by Santoro. Santoro second in the conference in rebounding and 24th in the nation. Bowling Green tosses it underneath and nearly had another turnover, but just out of the fingertips of Walker.
Walker thought she had it there pretty easily. Tips of the fingers.
Bowling Green led by 12 in the first half, had a 10-point swell at halftime, and now it's a 6-point game. Tough to win on the road, and they have not won here since 2009. Puck along 2, rims out, rebound by Walker. Foul on the reach in by Cecil. Second foul already here in the second half on Bowling Green. Cecil's second foul, the MAC player of the week, coming off her first career double-double. At a career high 26 against Ferris State. Broncos down 6. Wimby getting into the lane, and another bucket for Deja on the slash.
Beautiful body control there. She was able to block out her defender with her hips and create an open shot for herself underneath the basket.
It's a 6-0 Bronco run. Great pass, back door, and a cut and a score by Cecil.
Falcons needed that one big.
Cecil has 5, came in averaging 12.5 per game. Great lob from the top. Euchre, the post-to-post pass.
Yeah, strong finish there. She knows that contact will be coming as you're inside the paint in the arc.
Cecil, an 80% shooter, came in 10th in the league, knocks it home. Big three-pointer for Bowling Green. Swat, but a foul, and really that penetration we talked about in the first half, which was mostly vacant for Western Michigan, has been a big part of this third quarter. Jordan Walker heading the free throw line, shooting a pair. Muskegon, Michigan native, graduated from Mona Shores High School. Attempting her 10th free throw this year, and she's made 8. Shane Klitfeld talking to her sister Jasmine Walker there on the sidelines. Short on the second. Mobley with the offensive rebound. Spin. Missed it again. Walker with an offensive rebound. Wimby the step out baseline. Out of bounds. Off Western Michigan. They had 3 different shots.
Although they weren't able to convert on those offensive rebounds, it's almost as if they just turned here, as Bowling Green was getting a lot of offensive rebounds. Now Western is.
36-30 Bowling Green. They're looking to add to this lead, and they do from inside. Santoro's starting to get things going. She has 8. Averages 15 per game. Traver double dribble inside against Wimby. Lead has swelled again to 8 for Bowling Green, and they have a chance to push this back into double digits. Santoro, the all-time leading scorer in her high school's history. Looking inside, there's Euchre, and she's had a big day. 11 points for Jane Euchre, and she's one off a career high. Averages 5.5. Falcons by 10. Walker for 3, good. She leads Western Michigan this year with her 15th 3.
That was a great shot for Walker there, as she set herself and let the pass come to her. A lot of her other threes have been off the dribble, and that was able to free her up for an open shot.
Drive, strip, and a steal by Jordan Walker. Walker to Wimby in transition, got in the air and was fouled heavily. Deja straight down on the hard court. That pump fake drew the defender into the air, but taking the brunt of that contact was Wimby. All spurred by the steal by Walker. Here's a look at this contact again.
Yeah, great heads-up play by Wimby, and you know, she wanted that block and was able to attract the foul. Thankfully, she's able to get up here. Might be looking at it to see if it's any type of intentional.
Santoro's second foul. The officials will head to the monitor to check this out. Certainly didn't appear on that replay if there is anything flagrant about that.
No, I don't think so. That's just a hard foul. You know, you go up for the block, and great pump fake by Wimby there. And what are you gonna do? You caught in the air.
Appeared to be going for the ball, which will certainly be a focus for these officials to look for. There's Deja, appears to be okay, is shaking things off. Player who averaged 27 points a game in high school. Last year for Western Michigan averaged nearly 12 per game. Here's another look at the play. Clearly that right arm comes down in an attempt to grab the ball, you would think.
Well, yeah, she's going for the ball there, and I think the biggest part of contact in that play is the body, as you know, her hips were up to her shoulders there as she was able to get off the floor.
Had not anticipated the fact that Deja would stop, have that pump fake.
Yeah, that's practice right there. Wimby, you know that's practice. Through layup drills and pump fake, then go up. Coaches love to see that.
Still taking an extended look at this play, though. Wimby, 15th place all-time in career assists in Western Michigan history. Has gone over 500 career points and is climbing up as steals go as well. There's Santoro, who's a player who leads his team in scoring and rebounding, and apparently there has been a decision rendered. No flagrant foul, just a two-shot opportunity for Deja Wimby. So they looked at it, decided there was nothing flagrant about it. They have a chance to issue a flagrant 1 or a flagrant 2, and they decided against both of those. Now it's Wimby, 63% from the line this year. Western Michigan came in shooting 71% as a team from the stripe. Broncos have only been there 6 times so far today. Wimby splits the pair, and she has 5. Broncos have cut a 10-point deficit at halftime down to 6 again. Haley Puck on the outside being guarded by Walker. Screen from Cecil. All these Bowling Green players can shoot that 3, including Euchre inside, who has attempted 15 threes this year. Shot clock at 5. Lambert lets loose. Long 3 at the top. Rebound Hill.
Great defensive possession for the Broncos there, as they weren't able to do anything.
Stolen by Puck in transition. Now Bowling Green has an opportunity. Santoro attacking as she has done the entire day. She feels it. Euchre does. Would have tied a career high, but it rims out. Wimby on the move again. Deja underneath, but dragged the foot. We'll take a break. 40-34, Bowling Green, midway through the third. Back in Kalamazoo, Michigan, a 40-34 advantage for Bowling Green here in the third quarter. Western Michigan, they were being out-rebounded by 7 at halftime, but it's been an early start here in the third quarter, using those rebounds to get back in it.
Yeah, you've seen them on free throws, you've seen them on shot attempts, and what that allows them to do is when they get that ball in the lane, they can then put up a shot in the lane, which they haven't been able to do in the first half.
Broncos have out-rebounded Bowling Green by 6 so far here in the third quarter. There's Marley Hill, who came in 18th in the conference in rebounds, and standing in front of her was Brianna Mobley, who leads this team in rebounds. Bowling Green back on the attack. They've had the same starting 5 each of the 12 games this year. Cecil, the MAC player of the week, takes it hard, some contact, and a rebound by Western Michigan. Wimby again with that carom. Walker with the attack, but stripped and stolen away by Puck. Lambert slows things down. 5 points, 3 rebounds, a pair of assists for Lambert today. Rebound by Western Michigan again. Falcons by 6, led by as many as 12 in that first half. They have not won here since 2009. Mobley the slash, the take, the score, and she heads the line for a chance for 3.
Coach Klipfeld loved that take. Strong, athletic, and then controlled her body on the way up through the contact. She feels the contact, controls, looks up just in time to get that ball right off the square.
And that foul is on Cecil. That's a big one. That is her 3rd. She has to take a seat. Haley Puck joins her as well on the bench. Mobley has 8 today. Came in as the 8th best free throw shooter in the conference. Short. Mobley from the stripe, 1 for 4 this afternoon. Falcons transition opportunity. Santoro can light it up.
Great look by Lambert. Made the defender commit to her and then kicked it to the corner for an open 3.
72nd career 3 for Santoro, who has started each and every game this year for Bowling Green. Averages a double-double. Falcons back up 7. Shot clock at 6. Wimby gets a screen from Mobley. Deja on the penetration and drew the foul with 1 second showing on that shot clock. Great slashing ability from that point guard spot by Deja Wimby. Take a look at this again.
Awesome job creating contact there. Euchre probably wants that one back because they almost had a great defensive stand.
Broncos are in the bonus for the rest of this third quarter as Deja splashes it home, and she has 6. It'll be a 2-shot foul for the rest of this third quarter for Western Michigan. Wimby last year 74% from the stripe. Worked hard with her free throws. Shot 47% her freshman year. Second rolls away, and here comes Bowling Green again, leading it by 6. Thompson back in the game. Stop, whistle, and a foul. Katerion Thompson immediately contributing off the bench.
Yeah, she comes off the screen here quickly, jump stops, and is able to pull that ball up through that contact from Jordan Walker.
Thompson, a 3-time All-State player in high school from Lima, Ohio. 6 out of 8 from the stripe this year. Mentioned before, her cousin Ozzie Newsome is in the National Football League Hall of Fame. He played tight end for the Cleveland Browns. Hits them both and calmly does so. She has 4. Falcons just will not let Western Michigan back in it as that lead balloons again to 8. Latondra Brooks has checked in for the Broncos, a big spark plug in that first half. Marley Hill inside, they collapse upon her. Baby hook, and that's the patented shot for Hill.
Love that shot. That takes practice and dedication in the gym to get that down because it's so hard to defend. Perfectly done by Hill.
Hill has 4, and she has gone over 1,000 points for her career this year. Great slash again by Thompson. She had 19 points in a victory against Xavier this year at home, and she has 6 here today. Falcons back up 8. They go to Hill again, backing in against the double team. Strong. Marley grabs it back off the glass, missed it. Another loose ball. Mobley hits the deck. Jump ball situation, and Bowling Green takes over.
Great effort by the Broncos. Big girl is inside. Hill just couldn't get the bucket to fall, but she stuck with it. Yeah, there's Hill right there as she gets the ball a couple times for the putback, finishing through some contact there. And then, of course, Mobley's always in there, creating the held ball.
Haley Puck back in the game for Bowling Green, standing on the left wing. For 3 at the top, it's Lambert, no good. Gloniak puts it back, and she's had a big day with 5 points. Averages less than a point per game. A new career high for Claire Gloniak, the Corunna, Michigan native who played her high school ball at Flushing. Jasmine Walker for Western Michigan. 10-point lead again for the Falcons. Mobley foul line jumper. Out of bounds off Bowling Green, and Marley Hill was in on the action again.
First 30 for the Broncos. Hopefully able to create something here.
Marley Hill, the University of Cincinnati transfer, an all-state player in high school. Won a state title. She and Alexis Parks were high school teammates. A guard, Alexis Parks is for Western Michigan. Wimby penetrating again, gets through the defense, but could not quite finish. Falcons have a chance to equal their biggest lead of the day, and a foul inside. Sierra Thompson, the freshman that time, heads to the line shooting a pair.
I am so impressed with Lambert's vision. She's able to just stop on a dime, give a quick look, and dish the ball exactly where it needs to be. She stops, throws it right to the chest. Because of that, they're able to get 2 free throws.
Sydney Lambert's a player who has started each and every game of her Bowling Green career. Now a junior, making her 71st career start today. Thompson 74% from the stripe, hits the first. Bowling Green with a chance to equal their biggest lead of the day. Off the heel, rebound, Mobley, and a jump ball situation headed toward Western Michigan. Leah Wool is checked into the game for Western Michigan. 3-point shooter and a 6-foot freshman from Evanston, Illinois. Much shorter rotation today for Western Michigan once they get into conference play. Wimby up top, 10 to shoot. There's Wool posting up. Inside to Mobley. Short on the block and a rebound underneath by Bowling Green. Sierra Thompson. Falcons by 11. Waning moments here in the third quarter. Shot clock dark. They can hold it if they want. Thompson. Ball knocked away, but they've called a foul against Brooks, and she doesn't like that call.
Yeah, Brooks tried to get around that big body there for that steal and must have got hung up on the arm.
Second foul on Latondra Brooks. Bowling Green takes it out of bounds. 4.5 seconds remaining here in the third. And they could not get that ball in bounds. They have to call a timeout. Bowling Green 50, Western Michigan 39. Broncos had cut the lead down, but Bowling Green back into double digits right at the end of the third. (50-39) Bowling Green right at the end of the third quarter, but the Falcons have a chance here from the baseline with 4.5 seconds remaining in the third. Falcons led by 10 at halftime. They had a 9-point advantage after one. It's been a very methodical and consistent effort today for Bowling Green.
Yeah, that's a great way to put it, Aaron. Very consistent on Bowling Green's part. Western a little up and down, but Bowling Green has stayed true to their game plan, and you can tell Coach Reese should be happy, thus far at least.
Sydney Lambert bringing the ball in, gets the ball back. Lets loose for three, short. Van Zanten with the rebound. And Bowling Green takes an 11-point advantage into the fourth, and they have not won here since 2009. Aaron Coyle, Angelique Gaddy back with you live from Western Michigan as Bowling Green has an 11-point advantage after three. I had a chance to talk with Falcon head coach Jennifer Roos before the game, and her number one key today was to contain the top two scorers, Brianna Mobley and Marley Hill. They average 16 and 11 respectively, but today Mobley 7 points and Hill with 4, and that's been a big advantage today for the Falcons.
Right, credit goes to Euchre and Gloniak for just establishing a presence in the paint, but also not to forget their defenders that are playing out on the arc, making it difficult for the guards to look inside and get those passes to them.
There's Marley Hill, starts the fourth quarter on the bench. Bowling Green ball leading it by 11 as we get things started here in quarter number 4. Falcons 8-3 and the Broncos 7-5. Game clock situation. The game clock did not start at the genesis of this fourth quarter. There's a look at Thompson there. Sierra bringing the ball in. It's Wool, Wimby, Brooks, Mobley, and Jasmine Walker for Western Michigan to start things off here in the fourth. Santoro up top, Thompson. Gloniak getting the start here in the fourth quarter. Quick whistle inside, but a travel. Lambert and Thompson as well for Bowling Green to start things here in the fourth. They have an 11-point advantage against Western Michigan. Zone defense for Bowling Green. Wool along two from the corner. Good. She's a great spot-up shooter. Leah Wool, her first two of the day, had a career-high 11 in that last game against Goshen. Whistle and a foul on the sideline called against Latondra Brooks, and that is her third. Brooks, the senior from Oaklawn, Illinois, has 4 points. Falcons by 9. Bit of a different lineup to start things off here in the fourth for Bowling Green. Loniak, a two-time All-State player in high school, and a double dribble inside by Sierra Thompson.
Mental error by Thompson as she checks out. Let's see if the Broncos are able to keep it going with those 2 points. Rule was able to contribute.
And Andrea Cecil back into the game for Bowling Green, and she has 4 fouls. Cecil, the reigning MAC Player of the Week, in foul trouble, but back in here to start things off in the fourth quarter. Mobley going to work. Pump fake, a 3 by Walker, short. Step in rebound by Thompson. That's Katerion Thompson, the sophomore from Lima, Ohio. 3-time All-State player in high school. She's on the drive, the dish underneath, but right behind the cutting player on the right, and it's out of bounds. Intended for Gloniak. Thirteenth turnover of the day for Bowling Green, who came in 7th in the nation in fewest turnovers per game. Broncos down 9. Wimby, the veteran point guard, has had slashing success today, and she continues. Off the glass and good, and a chance for 3.
That I've seen being able to use their body, even with it being a smaller body, to just create just their own bubble and shield off their defender for a shot. Beautifully done.
Working against a good defender that time in Sydney Lambert. Lambert's first foul, it's the team's first. Wimby 63% from the stripe. She completes that 3-point play, and Deja has 9. Remember, did not play in that final game before the break against Goshen. Broncos pull to within 6, and now a big challenge for Bowling Green again. 3 from the wing, off the back of the iron. Offensive rebound, Bowling Green. Thompson and a foul. Thompson took a 3 from the left side, and she actually shoots 42% from three-point land, but then grabbed her own carom.
Yeah, the ball goes flying around here, and of course Thompson is right there, comes up with it, and is able to get herself to the line with 2 shots.
Second foul against Western Michigan. Thompson's first shot splashes home. Thompson has 7. Second shot good. Thompson, the sophomore from Lima, Ohio, has given Bowling Green an 8-point lead again. Every time that Western Michigan makes a run, Bowling Green answers. Spin move, penetrate. Lowell step back 3. In and out. Offensive rebound, put back good by Jasmine Walker.
Great shot by Lowell as they want her to take that shot. Great rebound by Jasmine Walker with the putback.
Walker has 4, the Valparaiso transfer. She's the all-time leading rebounder in her high school's history. She's on the All-Horizon team, freshman team, and she has a steal. Walker in transition. Out of bounds, big collision. It's off Bowling Green. Nice tip, straight out dive by Sydney Lambert. Take a look at this again, waiting patiently for the cutter, but Lambert right there on the collision with Wimby. It's been aggression. That's really been the word of the day for Bowling Green. Loose ball again on the deck. Jump ball situation. This time it stays with Western Michigan.
Wimby alert on that inbound play as she tosses it off a Falcons player's back. Tried to convert with an easy 2 there.
Broncos down 6. Back opener. Whistle. And an offensive foul against Western Michigan. Shane Klitfeld arguing his cause there. Bowling Green up 6 with under 7 minutes to play. Cecil, the MAC player of the week. Contact, but they've called an offensive foul against Cecil, and she's fouled out. What a turnaround that is. Second on the team in scoring, the MAC player of the week, and she fouls out with 6:47 to play.
And guess who's right there to take that charge? Mobley does it again, and she's in the right place at the right time. Normally she's down there getting rebounds. Now she's taking charges and flipping the game a little bit.
Cecil from Oak Harbor, Ohio, which is 30 miles east of Toledo. They will have to do it without her for the final 6:47. Mark that down. It's a 52-46 lead for Bowling Green when Cecil fouls out. This is a tight rotation for this Bowling Green team. They've started the same 5 the entire year, and they like to go with basically 5. They'll rotate up to 8 or 9, though. Quick sneak inside by Wimby. Drew the foul. Apparently before the shot. Here comes the replay, and it appears as though maybe they count this bucket. They do. They count the bucket by Wimby and a chance for a 3-point play.
And that's a great adjustment by the officialing crew, because as you see her going in for the bucket, it's a blocking foul with her leg out, and she's already in the act of shooting.
Wimby connects on the 3, and Western Michigan trails it by 3 with 6:29 to play. Drive by Lambert. No good, strong. Rebound by Brooks. Western Michigan with the advantage. 2-on-1. Latondra to the bucket, and it's a 1-point game. Timeout, Bowling Green.
This Western bench is ecstatic as their players have come in, ready to play in this fourth quarter.
Western Michigan is on a 12-2 run here in the fourth quarter, and they have pulled to within 1. Western Michigan on a 12-2 run. They have pulled to within 1, trailing the Falcons 52-51 here in the fourth quarter. Western Michigan aggressive here, and we'll take a look at some of the reasons why.
Wimby converts on the and 1 and sinks the free throw. And then on the other end, you have them fighting for the ball. Lala Brooks takes it all the way.
Brooks has 6 points, came in averaging about 1.5 points per game.
Yeah, she's been a huge player today. She's been wreaking havoc on the defensive end, getting loose balls, and also making herself known on the offensive end.
Andrea Cecil, the MAC player of the week, has fouled out for Bowling Green. Did that at the 6:47 mark. Falcons trying to find an answer. Thompson out top. Santoro, our spotlight player. Santoro, the leading scorer, averaging 15 per game. Kicks it out. Lambert for 3. In and out. Rebound by Western Michigan, and they have a chance to take the lead. Wimby has had tons of success penetrating, but she turns it over that time. Falcons back, trying to generate more of a lead. Underneath Santoro, short. Rebound Wimby again. Deja slashes it across midcourt. 52-51 Bowling Green as we zero in on the halfway mark here of the fourth quarter. Brooks, the veteran. Ball deflected and stolen by Puck. Haley Puck, the Iowa native. Her dad played basketball at the University of Albany, and he made it to 2 NCAA tournaments there. Puck has 5 points today. Bullet pass underneath, but just too far out of that left hand to handle by Sierra Thompson.
And yet again, another turnover by Bowling Green.
Falcons have scored just 2 points here in the fourth quarter, and they lead it by a solitary point. Wimby picks up that dribble. Screen from Wohl, banging into the paint. Walker missed it, put it back, and Western Michigan has the lead. Jasmine Walker in her first ever MAC contest today has given the Broncos the lead with 4:24 left.
And with style, putting the putback on her own shot. Awesome tip there by Walker.
It's a 14-2 run for Western Michigan and a steal by Wimby. Deja in front of the competition. Strip, but a foul. The aggressiveness we talked about early for Bowling Green has been replaced by the aggression of Wimby here in the second half.
Wimby going right back to that fast break move as she gathers herself on the block, able to draw another foul.
Deja back to the line. 4 fouls against Bowling Green. Wimby 2 out of 4 from the stripe today, and it's good. She has 13 points, well over her season average of 8. We'll keep it here with the timeout. Western Michigan 54 and Bowling Green 52. It's a 15-2 Bronco run.
All the energy here is solely pushed onto the Western side. That Cecil foul out is deflating the Bowling Green crew a little bit, and you can kind of tell they came out a little bit flat from both breaks, and Western's just dictating this whole fourth quarter now.
(54-52) Western Michigan. They have won 6 in a row in this series against Bowling Green. We mentioned on the open that the average margin of victory in those 6 games has been nearly 23 points. The closest margin of victory against Bowling Green the last 6 games has been 16 points. Falcons had the lead early, led it by 10 at halftime. They inched that lead up to 11 after the third quarter, but it's really been a deluge of Broncos here in quarter number 4, led by the aggression of Wimby. And there's Jennifer Roos trying to figure things out on the bench for Bowling Green. That's what I was talking about before. That's 6 in a row that Western Michigan has won, and Bowling Green has a big chance to break that streak today on the road. Wimby has 13 points, averages 8, career high 25 against Toledo. In and out. Rebound by Puck. Wimby 5 out of 7 from the stripe. Bowling Green, Santoro, she takes it hard and draws the foul. That's their leading scorer, who came in 10th in the league. And Carly Santoro has added her 8th double-double of the year. Has 11 points and 10 rebounds today. First shot up, that's strong and no good. 67% free throw shooter. 10th all-time in the state of Ohio in high school scoring. Second shot, she splits the pair. Carly has 12. 664 career points for the junior. Brooks with the penetration, kicks it out to Wimby. Broncos by 1. Walker for 3. Offensive rebound, Mobley, and she drew the foul in the body that time by Euchre.
I love that Mobley is always anticipating a rebound. You never see her taking a possession off, whether it's offensive or defensive. She's always inside anticipating a rebound. Now she gets rewarded some shots.
Broncos in the double bonus from here on out. Mobley 1 for 4 today, and it rolls in. Brianna, an 81% shooter from the stripe this year, which is 8th best in the league. Averages 16, and she has 8. Hits them both when it counts. Mobley has given Western Michigan a 3-point lead. Falcons trying to strike back. Euchre has 9 points, or has 11 points. Pulls up, rims out. Santoro, rebound, Western Michigan. Broncos up 3, trying to keep this momentum. They trail by 11 after the third quarter. Wohl for 3, off the mark. Offensive rebound, put back and a score, and it's Mobley again, and she's deadly. Brianna has 11, and Western Michigan leads by their biggest lead, which is 5. Bowling Green, just 3 fourth-quarter points. Whistle, baseline, and she stepped on it and turned it over.
Suffocating defense by the Broncos.
Euchre takes a seat. Broncos up 5, trying to add to this, and time becoming a factor with 2:35 left. LaTondra Brooks gets a screen from Mobley, dishes to Mobley, but it's over her fingertip and out of bounds.
But she wants that one back because she had Mobley wide open. It's a little too much spin on that ball.
A 19-3 run for Western Michigan here in the fourth quarter. Bowling Green trying to strike back. They're down 5. Putt for 3. No good. Offensive rebound by Thompson. Loniak missed the baseline take, and a weak side Karen by Wohl. Broncos try to slow things up as we move under 2 minutes to play. 58-53 Western Michigan. Broncos using some clock. It trickles on down near 10. Blocking a foul again, and there's Brianna Mobley really making her presence known here in the fourth quarter.
Not really able to get the ball inside in the first half. Western's been able to make that adjustment now, and as you see, Mobley got that pass down low and is able to get another 2 free throw attempts for the Broncos.
Mobley has 11. Has improved her freshman free throw shooting percentage from 59% up to 81% this year as a junior. Mobley has 12. Has had 24 career double-doubles. And Shane Klitfeld takes the 30-second timeout. Broncos with a 20-3 fourth quarter run to lead it by 6. Andrea Cecil, the MAC Player of the Week for Bowling Green, fouled out at the 6:47 mark, and Western Michigan's really taking advantage of that, and that's hurt Bowling Green.
Absolutely. Cecil was a big body, was very quick off the dribble, was able to get inside and rebound. They don't have that right now. And even then, Santoro is just trying to be as careful as she can because she too has a few fouls. So Western just being very aggressive on the offensive end, and it's really paying off.
Bowling Green has scored just 2 points after Cecil is fouled out, and they've had 3 overall here in the fourth quarter. Brianna Mobley from Lansing, Michigan, an all-state player and a third-team all-MAC player from a year ago. Nails them both. Broncos up 7. Bowling Green, a 31% three-point shooting team. Lambert there led the entire conference in three-point percentage her freshman year, but Kloniak gets a point for the block. Career high 7 for Claire.
Yeah, strong play by Claire Gloniak. Love to see her come in after Euchre, who needed to take a rest, and she's still, playing just as big.
But a quick foul on Bowling Green, and that sends Wimby to the line, shooting a pair. Gloniak for the Falcons had to take a medical redshirt a year ago and now is just rounding into shape here in her redshirt freshman year. Wimby good. 14 points for the Fort Wayne, Indiana native. Western Michigan, a 71% shooting team from the stripe. Short. Tip on the rebound. Chased down by Bowling Green to foul as she bangs legs with Jasmine Walker. That puts Bowling Green into the bonus shooting a pair.
Yeah, tough foul here for Walker as you want to be aggressive still in the game, but unfortunate collision there sends Santoro to the line. Let's see if she can take advantage of these shots.
67% free throw shooter, Santoro. That's good. She has 13 today. Just the 6th point of the 4th quarter for Bowling Green. Santoro nails them both, and a big trip to the line for Carly the junior. Academic All-MAC and a preseason All-MAC. Broncos by 4, 1:16 to play, and obviously Bowling Green does not have to foul now. It's a 2-possession game.
That's right.
Leah Wool, the freshman. 10 seconds to shoot, hands it off to Wimby, and a foul on the exchange. That's probably not the foul at that point you would want with 10 seconds on the shot clock, 25 feet away from the bucket.
Yeah, Santoro got caught up on that handoff from Wool to Wimby. Unfortunate foul there.
Western Michigan, they were able to run 20 seconds off the shot clock, and they still get a pair. And Wimby has been solid from the line late. She has 15 points, nearly doubling up her season average of 8. Wimby's second shot, that rolls around and falls, and she has doubled up that season average. 16 for Wimby, and Western Michigan is up 6. 3 from Lambert, rims out from the right side. Mobley with the rebound for Western Michigan. Now Bowling Green may have to foul unless they can get the steal. Lambert reaches in and fouls Wimby, who heads right back to the line for a pair.
Wimby should be pretty comfortable at the line right about now. Probably the last person they want to foul.
Age of 5'7", junior from Fort Wayne, graduated from Snyder High School. Second all-time leading scorer there. Short. Still a 2-possession game. Wimby exhaled a bit there, as you can see, trying to relax here on the second shot. And that's a big one. Makes it a 3-possession game, and Jennifer Roos calls a timeout for Bowling Green. Broncos 64 and the Falcons 57. 25-7 run for Western Michigan here in the 4th quarter. Coming up today, it's a doubleheader. Chicago State, the Cougars are in town to face off against the Western Michigan Broncos. That's a 4:30 start. The final tune-up for Western Michigan before they start the MAC campaign. And for Chicago State, they're in the Western Athletic Conference. It's their final tune-up before they face New Mexico State at home on January the 6th. There's Haley Puck, a good 3-point shooter for Bowling Green. One of the players you certainly would expect may have the ball in her hands here late, down 7. You don't necessarily need a 3 at this point, but you're down 3 possessions.
Exactly. Let's see what Coach Roos drew up here.
Western Michigan just hoping they take some time to do whatever they want to accomplish, and that's a hard situation for Bowling Green. It sticks on the side of the rim, and fortunately for them, the jump ball situation points their way, and they maintain possession. Carly Santoro on the drive. Tried to get the quick 2. We'll see what the strategy is with just under 43 seconds left, down 7. Western Michigan first in this conference in 3-point percentage defense. Puck drew the foul from Brooks, who got hit hard, maybe on the face inside. Haley Puck heading to the line, shooting a pair. 79% shooter from the stripe, which is 13th best in the league. And we'll take a look at this one again to see where Brooks got hit. And unfortunately for her, it did appear to hit her in the face. And she has had a history of injuries like this.
Yeah, as an aggressive player that she is, she's always right up on her player. And I mean, you see that earlier in the game, she's getting quick fouls or, you know, tick-tacky hits. That's just the way that she plays. She's a very aggressive and in-your-pants kind of player, and that's what I know Coach Klipfeld loves about having her on the floor.
You have to be considerably careful about a player who have had a history of injuries like this, though. Latondra Brooks had to miss several games last year due to concussion injuries down in Kansas City as they had a tournament. Teresa, their trainer, talking things over with her, very cognizant of that fact. Take a look at Brianna Mobley, the talented junior for Western Michigan. Her impact has been felt here in the second half.
I'm loving Mobley on the glass here and her tenacity to just get after it. I just see right here, she's boxing out her player as an offensive player. That's impressive to do, is because you don't originally start out with that position. Mobley just a very tough player, and she does the little things to get herself open looks.
Mobley from Lansing, Michigan, played her high school ball at Lansing Waverly. Her dad, Frank, played football at Michigan State, and he is now a police officer in the Lansing area. Talking things over with Deja Wimby, and those two have had a major impact here in the second half. Broncos have turned an 11-point third quarter deficit into a 7-point lead.
So with 40 seconds left here, down by 7, do you think they should still go for the 2 strategy immediately, or after these free throws, that is, or go for a 3?
We'll find out after this break at 64-57 in Aaron Coyle, Angelique Gaddy back with you live from Western Michigan University as the Broncos lead 64-57. It's a 2-shot foul for Haley Puck after she drew the foul from Latondra Brooks. Latondra very slow to get off the court, and she had to be helped off. Wobbly, certainly. Hopefully everything goes well for her, but she has had a history of injuries like that. Puck splits the pair, and a rebound pulled down by Mobley for Western Michigan, and Shane Klipfeld calls a timeout. Take a look at the MAC opener. We've talked the entire day today how important it is. Both of these teams, something definitely has to give today. Bowling Green and Western Michigan have each won 4 out of their last 6 MAC openers. It's always important to get off to a good start, and especially you would think this year for Western Michigan, because they have to travel on the road, a long trip at Buffalo on Wednesday to face a team who's top 30 in the nation in RPI.
Yeah, that's going to be a tough road trip for them, and it would be nice to come off of a win and a victory. So Broncos trying to finish this one here before they take off for New York.
Schedule coming up. Western Michigan, that aforementioned game at Buffalo. They then come back, have to take a long bus trip to Kent State on Saturday. Then they enjoy some home time. Broncos lead by 6, 40.2 seconds to play. 2-possession ball game. Chasing around, tried to foul her, Puck did, and finally they do reach in against Wimby.
Coach Rue's not happy with how much time wasted off that clock. She thought her players were fouling sooner than what the officials called.
Wimby back to the free throw line. 17 points. Gigantic contribution today for the junior. And it rolls in, and the all-important 3-possession game is in effect again. Deja does everything for this team. Handles the ball, penetrates, shoots it. Rattles out, rebound Bowling Green as they split the pair. Falcons need to do something quickly. Santoro thought about the 3. Long three for Puck. That's an air ball. Rebound by Jasmine Walker. Walker up the sideline, and she's fouled. Broncos lead by 7 with 18.5 seconds to play. What a fourth quarter comeback for this Western Michigan team, who really could not get any traction at all for the first 3 quarters.
That's right, and that comes from the coaching staff. You know that they've made huge adjustments in the locker room, in the huddles here on the court, and the team is responding. So that's just a great team and collective effort here for the Broncos.
And Walker knocks them both down, a player who came in shooting 46% from the stripe. But historically, she is much better than that. Shot nearly 70% her last year at Valparaiso. Big bucket, the biggest lead of the day for the Broncos as they're up 9. Again, a reminder, Chicago State, they're in town to face off against the Western Michigan men. That starts today at approximately 4:30, depending upon the conclusion of this one. Bronco men's team, they're 7-5, and Chicago State coming off an impressive performance on the road against Wisconsin, where they played the Badgers well, ended up losing that game by 12. It's been all Broncos here in the fourth quarter, outscoring Bowling Green 28-8. Did you notice anything after the third quarter? It was a 50-39 game in favor of Bowling Green. What turned the tide here in the fourth quarter?
Yeah, I think that the Broncos really just turned the notch up on their offensive and defensive efforts on crashing the board. And then, of course, a huge loss for Bowling Green as Cecil goes out.
And the exclamation point, a swat and a steal by Mobley underneath. Bowling Green content not to foul. Bronco fans come to their feet. Shane Klitfeld with his 101st career win. A 28-8 fourth quarter run propels Western Michigan to a 67-58 MAC opening win. Big performance late.
Absolutely. The Broncos knew exactly what they had to do before they got on the road, take care of business on their home court, and that's exactly what they did.
Broncos have won 7 in a row against Bowling Green, and more importantly, they moved to 1-0 this year in the MAC as they head on to the road to face off against Buffalo on Wednesday. 67-58 in favor of Western Michigan. Aaron Coyle back with you live from Western Michigan University. A very impressive 28-8 run in the fourth quarter as the Broncos take the win here today against Bowling Green, 67-58. Joined by Shane Klitfeld, head coach for Western Michigan. And coach, trailed it by 11 after the third quarter. A 28-8 run in that fourth quarter. What was the difference today for Western Michigan late?
Well, we stopped turning the ball over. I felt like we did have more turnovers than we had baskets made in the first 10, 12 minutes there. And, it's just uncharacteristic of us. I don't know what the answer to why we were doing what we were doing, but I think we were just trying to play too fast and we weren't playing very well together in the beginning. But we turned around. We went to a different group down the stretch there, and I thought defensively it allowed us to switch a lot more and kind of opened up the lanes for us to drive.
What are some things that you guys talked about in that huddle after the third quarter, Coach?
Yeah, we wanted to attack. We just we felt like their posts were big bodies and we couldn't score over them, so we were trying to open things up and get something going to the rim, which I haven't looked at the free throw attempts, but I felt like we, even taking away all the stuff when they were fouling us at the end, I felt like we did a good job getting to the foul line.
Coach, in the fourth quarter, Wimby and Mobley, they were huge.
Yeah. Taja's got to shoot better free throws. She'll be the first to admit that. But, Bree had some big buckets. We were trying to isolate her, and we were, again, trying to move her away from the bucket a little bit, too, to allow her to put the ball on the floor and try and get to the foul line that way.
Coach, congratulations on the win. Good luck on Wednesday against Buffalo. Shane Klitfeld, head coach for Western Michigan. They defeat Bowling Green here this afternoon, 67-58. So for my partner, Angelique Gaddy, I'm Aaron Coyle saying so long from Kalamazoo. Final score, Broncos 67, Western Michigan 58. All games airing on the ESPN networks are streaming live on the ESPN app, or to watch this entire game on replay as well as other games on our family of ESPN networks, log on to watchespn.com or download the Watch ESPN app. This has been a presentation of ESPN.